Gabby, the happy holiday girl. Who says you have to wait until certain times of the year to get to celebrate? When every day's a holiday, we can combat stress and have more opportunities to have fun with our friends and family. Come, celebrate with me, and together we can live a holiday life. Hey, what's good with you holiday lifers? It's your girl Gabby, and today is National Peanut Brittle Day. Guys, I am always down for the dessert holidays. I love the chocolate cupcake days. I love the popcorn days, and what can be better than Peanut Brittle Day? I grew up eating peanut brittle during the Christmas holidays with my grandmother, my family, and so peanut brittle holds a very dear spot in my heart. And actually, this past Christmas was my first time making peanut brittle all by myself. I'm a big girl now. And so I was really proud of myself. If you yourself want to try to make peanut brittle today, guys, I want to give you a tip. It is important if you are a beginner in making candy items, you have to have a food thermometer. If you don't, your peanut brittle may turn out kind of goopy and it will not firm up. So make sure you grab yourself a food thermometer if you want to take on a peanut brittle challenge today. But trust me, it is doable. And with the right equipment, your candy will turn out superb. So let's not delay any further. Let's get into our podcast with our quote of the day. Fam, peanut brittle is super stress-free. And so I thought I would share with you this fun quote. It does not have an author, but it is a funny life observation. Did you know that stressed is desserts spelled backwards? And so what that lets me know is that instead of being stressed out all the time, we're meant to make life sweet. What's the irony in that? That whenever we're stressed, it's because we're lacking the goodness in life. We're lacking those desserts, those good things that God wants to give us. So if you find yourself being overwhelmed, guys, just for today, take a break, forget about the diet, and let yourself eat a snack. Eat something that's sweet and that reminds you that life is good. It's funny because I tell my husband, even with breast milk, if you nurse your child, breast milk is sweet. It's not a sour type of thing. So nature wants people to know that life is good. A little bit of information for you. So make sure you take a lesson from today's word observation and don't be stressed out today. As you all know, I love to give you guys a sneak peek at my holiday trivia for the day. And guys, today's trivia is all about American folklore. So I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. Gotta let me know what you think. You can leave me a message at A Holiday Life on my Facebook page, Twitter, or other social media handles, and we can talk about it. So here it goes right now. Question number 1 is a tall tale question. Which American folk hero saved a town from flooding by turning a raging river into peanut brittle? Was it A, Pecos Bill, B, Paul Bunyan, C, Tony Beaver, or D, Rip Van Winkle? Once again, which American folk hero saved a town from flooding by turning a raging river into peanut brittle? Was it A, Pecos Bill, B, Paul Bunyan, C, Tony Beaver, or D, Rip Van Winkle? And the answer is C, Tony Beaver. LeahDarlingRoberts.com says, once upon a time, there was a giant lumberjack named Tony Beaver. This lumberjack, who happened to be the cousin of legendary folk hero Paul Bunyan, lived in the mountains of West Virginia. He stood 18 feet tall in his stocking feet, palled around with a pair of giant oxen named Hannibal and Goliath, grew watermelons the size of large appliances, and invented a host of useful objects including matches, clothespins, and peanut brittle. His legend is actually pretty entertaining, guys. I don't have enough time on today's podcast to tell you the whole story, but to think you can tame a raging river, my hero. Guys, I love silly stories, and I have never heard of Tony Beaver. And maybe it's because I didn't grow up enough in the Southern American states. I guess maybe the story gets circulated around there. I don't really know, but I enjoy learning about it. And so if you don't know the story yourself, it goes as this. The story took place apparently in the early 19th century, where life was super hard. You had to work for everything that you had. Nothing was given to you. And Tony Beaver, being as ginormous as he was a man that everyone in town knew about. He was able to do things that the normal-sized person wasn't able to do. I mean, who doesn't want to be friends with a massive, giant Tony Beaver? Super popular guy. Well, ultimately what happened was Tony Beaver, he farms and cultivates peanuts, has many different projects he works on. He's an inventor, makes clothespins, yada yada, a lot of different things. And ultimately, one spring season, the rain comes in massive amounts. And so the legendary Eel River in West Virginia rose to legendary heights. As the river rose and rose and rose, the citizens of the town began to worry. They didn't know what was going to happen if it rained anymore. Their whole entire town was going to be washed away and decimated. So what do? They call on the giant guy. They say, Tony Beaver, we need your help. Help us small people continue to survive amidst all the rain and flooding that's happening in our town. So Tony Beaver assembles a group of people and said, let's get to it. Men, grab my ginormous jumbo-sized peanuts that I've been harvesting for years and toss them into the river. Then go grab 100 barrels of molasses and toss that into the river as well. So the people don't quite know what's going on, but they listen to what he tells them to do. First, they throw in the peanuts, and then they throw in the molasses. As the water continues to rage, it churns the molasses and the peanuts and the molasses and peanuts, and the water tumbles and tumbles and tumbles until slowly it starts to get really goopy. And then it churns some more, and it continues to get even more thick and more thick and more thick until suddenly the river stops. And so over the course of a few hours, Tony Beaver becomes the town hero. Okay? So he stopped the flood. Well, that's not the end of the story. Just about a week passes and people are now concerned because the water has hardened and the people on the other side of the river are no longer able to get water. And so they cry out, Tony Beaver, you solved our original problem, but now you've created a massive problem. There's a huge chunk of brown stuff in our river filled with peanuts. What do we do? So Tony Beaver, being the heroic guy that he was, grabs his axe and swings at the chunk of molasses and peanuts. He breaks off a piece of it and takes a bite. Seeing that it was pretty good, he takes another piece and gives it to a little boy in town. The little boy tried it and said it tastes like candy. And so all the villagers cheered as they ate the world's first peanut brittle, and everyone agreed that it was damn good. You get it? Because Tony Beaver's last name was Beaver, and he stopped the river flow by making a peanut brittle dam. So corny, but a great story nevertheless. And now it's time for our activity of the day. In honor of National Peanut Brittle Day, if you are good at making those kind of snack dessert items, take the time to make the peanut brittle yourself today, or include your kids in on that and teach them how it's made. Honestly, guys, when making peanut brittle, it has to get super hot, so use discretion when involving your kids with this activity because they could easily get burned, and that would not be good. But for the older kids who want to stir and learn how to make it, it's a really fun holiday activity. And quite frankly, if you have a mother, a father, grandparent, aunt, uncle who knows how to do this, it would even be a really great bonding activity. Share that family information, family recipes. You can even make your own. It doesn't always have to be just peanuts. You can add other things like walnuts, maybe even a little bit of chocolate pieces. Dress it up, make it fun. It's all about the family time that is shared and enjoying the holiday together. So, what do you think? Are you ready to take the stress out of life and enjoy a few more desserts today? Head on over to aholidaylife.com now for more holiday fun. There you can sign up to receive a free monthly calendar full of fun holiday activities for every day. You can also leave me a voicemail of what you're doing to celebrate the holiday. You might be on my next episode. Also, if you like my podcast, please be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcast, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. You can follow me on social media by using @AHolidayLife on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and @AHolidayLife Podcast on Instagram. And for more holiday fun, head on over to my exclusive content holiday trivia podcast to give my trivia questions a shot. If you get 3 or more out of 5 questions correct, you're well on your way to becoming a holiday lifer. Until next time, keep celebrating the holidays, stay safe, and live a holiday life. I'll talk to you tomorrow.